time you see it. Alright, here we go. Alright, a little pocket. So look, I'm gonna try to repeat after me. You know what I'm saying? All the DC vibes right here, mixing a little bit of djembe to create this go-go pocket and to do a little song about the famous and infamous condiment from out of DC called Mambo sauce. Here we go. Hey, say Mambo sauce, Mambo sauce, Mambo sauce. I say I went away from DC to a Chinese spot to get a 3-piece wing with fries and the rice box. Tossed against the wall while I'm waiting for my number to call. They like, sit and make yourself at home. I'm like, wait a minute, yo, y'all got carpet on the floor. I'm from the south side. Our carry-outs don't have tables and chairs in it. They got bathrooms with the wicked painted pictures in. Our carry-outs ain't even got air conditioners. My order came up. I told them put it in the bag. Then I realized I wasn't talking through the plexiglass. So I dapped up the boss, the head woman in charge, and then asked her, where is the Mambo sauce? She looked at me as if I just threw her off. What in the world is that? I said, you know the red sauce. Now I'm a DC representative and we known for that swing. But I didn't know the sauce was just a DC thing. We ordered chicken with the Mambo sauce, fries with the Mambo sauce. They never use enough. I got a side of it. No tourists come through the hood sometime when they get lost and keep on asking us, what on earth is Mambo sauce? Say Mambo sauce. Mambo sauce. I say A lot of carry-outs in DC got the same old names, but if you taste their Mambo sauce, it's never tasting the same. It tastes better on the fries. From the flavor side, trust me, you can find this at your nearest Yums, Georges, and Lucky's. I got caught on the back of the bus with the pay food and spilled a cup of sauce off for swerving on the A2. A brother got kicked off the driver with fuss cause he could smell that Mambo sauce to the front of the bus. But I got the answer. I'm for the cure of the cancer. The way to make the sauce is sugar water and catch it with the hot sauce in it. Throw a fork in it and mix it up on the chicken till you like a jar with it on the DC scenery. You be often seeing me posted up in Yums with diabolical eatery. I got the sandwich up, my man got the steak and cheese, but the joint with the most food in the sauce is Johnny's. We order chicken with the Mambo sauce, fries with the Mambo sauce. Never use enough, I got a side of it. When tourists come through the hood sometime when they get lost and keep on asking us, what on earth is Mambo sauce? Say Mambo sauce. Mambo sauce. I say Thank you, my friends.
Greetings, my name is Samir Meghelli. I'm the head curator here at the Smithsonian Anacostia Community Museum. We've been working on this exhibition, Food for the People, Eating and Activism in Greater Washington, for the past 2 years, interviewing more than 100 local community members, organizers, activists, and advocates, farmers, farm workers, and all kinds of food workers, as well as government officials, and many others who are working toward a more equitable and sustainable food system. We've also been researching the complex elements of our food system, how our health, our economy, and our social fabric depend upon processes that are often invisible to us. And so we really wanted to render those processes visible, because if you can't name and explain and understand those processes, then we can't change them to make for a more equitable and just food system. We were in the midst of developing this exhibition when the pandemic hit, and we quickly adapted to figuring out how and if the exhibition might still be made available to the public. At the same time, the pandemic revealed the fragility of the global food system and our dependence upon, for instance, shipments from huge corporations across the world, and at the same time, the often invisible millions of essential food workers whose labor makes our food possible. In fact, we've created for this exhibition a sculpture that honors the often invisible labor of our food workers, the millions of essential food workers. And so we invite our visitors to come and leave a note of gratitude, or even to share your story about your experience being a food worker. We're now joined by curatorial researcher Dominique Hazzard, who will take you a bit more in depth into one of our food justice installations.
With this set of larger-than-life installations, we want to raise awareness of some major issues in our food system. This one, for example, highlights how the United States currently farms 40 million more acres of crop and pasture land than is needed to feed every American. So why are so many people experiencing food insecurity? It's a question that this exhibit asks visitors to really sit with.
We're really excited to be joined today by 3 changemakers who are featured in this exhibition who will be sharing a bit about their stories.
Our first guest is Xavier Brown. He's an urban grower, co-founder of the youth organization Soilful City, and a local leader in collective agriculture and cooperatively run food businesses. Xavier, we loved your story and the story of Pippin hot sauce because it really shows what happens when individual people come together and create something big. Can you tell us more about the work you do?
All right, my name is Xavier Brown. I wear multiple hats. I have a hot sauce company that's collectively kind of grown with a lot of black growers in the area. I'm co-founder of a worker-owned food co-op called South Eats that's about to launch in May. And I'm founder of Soilful City. We do urban ag and try to bridge the rural and urban gap via agroecology. And I'm also a member of the Black Dirt Farm Collective.
The pepper itself has an interesting story. Tell us more. What makes this pepper so special?
It's an heirloom chili pepper. It's named after an African-American painter named Horace Pippin. That's from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's from that region. He fought in World War I. He got shot in his arm, taught himself to paint. He was part of the Harlem Hellfighters, right? They fought in France in the trenches for the longest amount of time. He taught himself how to paint once he got back to Philadelphia. And he was one of the most world-renowned painters kind of during that time period. He ended up trading that pepper to a guy named the guy who has the peppers now is William Wars Weaver, but he traded it to William Wars Weaver's grandfather, and they were contemporaries at that time period. Since Pippin was shot in his arm, he traded the peppers, or the seeds of the peppers, for some bee stings. And there was a remedy that bee stings would bring back the feeling of numbness or the pain that he was having at that point in time period. So for us, it's important that all the peppers, or at least the overwhelming 99.9% of the peppers, are grown by black growers. And we try to focus on black growers in the DMV region. That's we include Baltimore in the DMV region as well. And we try to tell the stories of the growers. So we want to make sure that there's a personal connection to the hot sauce. And we want to kind of uplift the story of the growers. Also, we hire, kids just from my neighborhood where I live to help make the sauce. So every piece of the entire process, outside of the amazing story about Horace Pippin, we keep it collective. And we keep it kind of, it's important to have it black owned and kind of like a local, kind of vertically integrated as much as possible supply chain.
Usually I don't bring silverware outside of the kitchen, but for food for the people, we're gonna have to make a little exception and play spoons next to a fork. All right, here we go.
Next up, we have Dr. Beverly Wheeler, Director of DC Hunger Solutions. When we were putting together this exhibition, we really wanted to highlight the issues of hunger and food insecurity in the Washington, DC area. Beverly, can you tell us what is one of the key issues that you and DC Hunger Solutions is trying to solve with your work?
So I am so glad you asked me that question because we know hunger is a solvable issue. Access to healthy, affordable food is a basic human right, and no one in Washington, D.C., the most wealthy country in the known universe, should suffer from food insecurity.
Beverly, can you tell us a little bit about what we're seeing in this photograph of you?
So I love this photo. So 2 years ago, the community got together and we were going to do a physical representation of what it's like to have one grocery store in your neighborhood, one grocery store for everyone to get their food. So we marched from that one grocery store down to the center of Anacostia. It's about a 2-mile march. Some of us were chanting. I was chanting food for the people. But we really want people to understand that for 85,000 residents in Ward 8, there is one grocery store. There are wards in the District of Columbia that have between 12 and 16 grocery stores. This isn't right. It is not just. It is a health issue. It is a racial justice issue, and we need to deal with it immediately.
Now, we're going to take it up a notch just a little bit, okay? Let's add a little bit of beatbox on my first instrument with this instrument. All right. Spoons. There you go, right there.
Our last featured changemaker is Rebecca Lemos-Otero, who is the co-founder of an organization called City Blossoms. And when we were developing the exhibition, we really were inspired by the work that they've done to reclaim green spaces in a gentrifying city and make those spaces and the possibilities of gardening available to young people. So Rebecca, can you tell us a bit about the work that you all have done with City Blossoms in the city?
I co-founded City Blossoms because the challenge we were trying to solve was really having access to outdoor space that kids and young people could shape themselves and become the stewards of. We wanted a place where they could play with the dirt and they could grow flowers and grow food and then be able to share it not just with each other but with all their community members.
So what was the context in which you co-founded City Blossoms, and what was the process actually like of building the organization?
We started City Blossoms not by name, but by garden in 1997 in Columbia Heights. And that's when there wasn't really much going on with at least for us, around urban ag and urban farms. There were community gardens, but that's about it. So for us, this was really kind of a shot in the dark and trying to figure out what it would look like to create a green space with kids. And so we did that because, again, we didn't have that many green spaces to go to that were within our walking distance. And so we wanted to change that. And it was kind of by accident. Someone came and gave us a few plants and we got started. And we just were really excited by how interested everyone was automatically. You know, as soon as the first sunflower really started to grow and reach over the fence, we had neighbors asking us questions and giving us advice and sharing seeds. And so when we saw the power of that kind of happening, we just knew we had a great idea on our hands, and it just kept expanding from there. One of the reasons that City Blossoms flourished was because of all the partnerships that we were able to nourish and grow. A lot of it was with DC Public Schools, with the US Botanic Garden, the Nature Conservancy, but also our community members and really other organizations that are doing similar work. I think our best and strongest work came when we worked together. One of the programs that we created at City Blossoms was one designed to help young people not just be in the garden spaces and shape them, but actually develop their leadership skills. And that was the YEC program, our Youth Entrepreneurship Cooperative. Through that, young people at Eastern High School and Cardoza, and now a few other high schools within DC, gather together and run their own business called Mighty Greens. And through that business, they grow food and they sell it through CSAs, through added value products. And together they make decisions about how they want to grow their business and how they want to develop it.
All right, people, this right here is a special freestyle right here. So that means that everything is improvised. So I've been given words from good folks and staff here that are connected to the things that you'll catch in this exhibit, okay? So look, I got 10 random words, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 10, right? It is verified. Here we go. I'm gonna say these words. Maybe they'll pop up on the screen, maybe not. But maybe they'll just pop up in your mind when you hear them being utilized. The first word we have from the clipboard is grow. After grow, we have sovereignty. After that, we have squash the system. We got whole phrases right there. All right. After that, we have racism. After racism, we got cultivate. After cultivate, we got magnify. After magnify, we got eat. After eat, we got groceries. Kind of rhymes. After that, we have hunger and visible. All right? Or should be visibility. All right? So look, I'm going to do all of these words, make them rhyme, somehow make it make sense, do this beat at the same time while playing this, all these things at the same time. So my mind is going to be torn. So look, I'm going to need your help at home and the people that are around right here keeping it safe outside. I'm going to need you to repeat after me, all right? I'm going to throw you in the water. Let's see if you can swim. Here we go. Hey, I say freestyle, 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 freestyle. I say freestyle, a freestyle, freestyle. Hey, the wind blows, messed up the afro. We out here planting seeds, hoping they will grow up in your mind. Best to believe, over here with the food, trying to get food sovereignty. Hey. In case you missed them, go to the mirror. You'll see squash the system up in the back with the new technique. When we speak and we gonna serve you like some beats. Do this right here, what it's gotten in them. Displacing food because of racism. We need this in our community right now, so we don't have to travel a whole mile to go to the grocery store. Cost too much, Metro won't open no doors no more. Early, never late, and after that, just like the food, gotta cultivate. Freestyle, a freestyle, 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 a freestyle. I say freestyle, a freestyle, freestyle. Come out here, watch how this combine. Go to the line, see if you can magnify the words that you're hearing and seeing in the back. I'ma flip it, use it in the rap. Do it like this, put it down like a tongue tag when I'm on the beat. Get the food to eat, do this right here, come out next week. See the whole experience, make the joint complete. Hey, in the place to be. Travel this, learn how we do with the groceries. Hey, this is how we do right now with the freestyle without further ado. And we got this joint number blossoming. It's springtime, doing things to avoid the hunger. Hey, teaching you the principles. We just trying to make what's unknown become visible. Freestyle, freestyle, freestyle. I say freestyle, a freestyle, freestyle. Hey, right now you're rocking with Chris. Come on out and see food justice. Yo, thank y'all so much, y'all. So food for the people, and this is a freestyle using all 10 of these words connected to the theme, y'all. Thank y'all so much. All right. All right.
We created this exhibition because we wanted to highlight food justice issues in the greater DC area and the people working to solve them. We hope it will inspire visitors to take action in their own communities. So we invite you to come to the museum, be safe, enjoy the outdoors, and explore the rest of this exhibition on your own. We're really excited and look forward to having the rest of the exhibition open on the indoors when we can reopen. And thank you for joining us today.